everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Hopegrown. I'm Kiara, and I am with my co-host, Patrick Puzo, and today we have special guest, Bree Huckeby, who is our South Carolina Community Liaison. Hey, Bree.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us. Anytime, every time.
Happy to be here.
We're happy you're here. So, I guess we'll jump right into it. So, tell us about yourself. How did you get into this line of work? Tell us. Where'd you come from?
Yeah, absolutely. I moved to South Carolina in 2018 and was working office jobs that I had no fulfillment, no purpose. When I found New Hope, I was working for a hauling and grading company as their office manager, and I didn't
know that about you.
Girl.
Oh.
Yes. A lot of administration background, a lot of sales background, a lot of lived experience with mental health, being a therapeutic world. So, I just was at my desk and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I just didn't want to find another office job. I was like, I got to do something I have a heart for. And so I looked up jobs in Rock Hill that worked with kids and found New Hope. And was lucky enough to get an interview. And the interview, I feel like I got the job based off of my willingness to learn and grow and the experience I did have in customer service, because that kind of does go hand in hand with behaviors that you see in the facility.
Right.
But also just like lived experience that helped, and I appreciated that New Hope could value experience outside of like the working world.
Exactly, because it's like as long as you have that empathy button, which yours has been pushed, like you're so empathetic and so caring that, I'm sure they saw that shined right through.
Oh.
So you've been at New Hope going on 4 years. So you're community liaison now, but this is not where you started. So how has that looked?
Yes. Okay. So
we're going to get into it. Yeah.
I worked in the facility for 2 years as a residential counselor. So direct care. I worked on the girls' units and loved it. I fell in love with New Hope. I fell in love with everything about New Hope. I walked in blind. I didn't know anything about New Hope.
Culture shock.
Yeah. Orientation was a week long, and I learned a lot in the orientation, but it still was different sitting at a table hearing about it than going out and living it in the unit. I've just loved it. Fell in love with New Hope, and it is emotionally taxing job, of course. Direct care work is not easy at all.
How so?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to truly leave your problems at the door and to walk into the building focused on the kids, on what needs to be happening.
It's like a consistent trigger almost, especially like if you're still working through things as an adult and you're with at-risk youth, even if the things that the residents are going through. And if you've gone through any of similar things, or you just are having a rough home life and then you come to work and your job is to pour back into people who are empty, essentially. Yeah. It's draining and a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
there's like no prep for it almost.
No prep. I mean, and that's like, you can do it. I know we have such long tenured staff in the building, but it is exhausting. Yeah. So it's just really learning to prioritize your work and really have it. And it's just, the balance is always going to be in progress. I feel like it's nothing someone can perfect. Like, we all have lives outside of our job. So, but just finding the people that care enough to at least make the effort to try to do that when they come into the building.
Yeah. And so you were doing like direct care staff, which means on the communities, boots on the ground, with residents for almost 2 years?
2 years.
Okay. Yep. So what kept you coming back, and what made that shift easier, like when you were on site?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't say it enough that I love New Hope. And I know that people have their grievances for any workplace, and that's so understandable. Mm-hmm. But I just loved, what made me love New Hope was that I saw the heart in the staff that I was working shoulder to shoulder with, and that I could see for myself that there were people in the building that cared tremendously. And this, like I said, this work is hard, but showing up every day, I really think what helped me show up every day was making relationships with the kids in the building. And like, I just couldn't, leaving the job was so hard because I felt like I was abandoning the girls that I had been working with.
Oh, wow. I could, because this is like unlike any other job. You are essentially helping raise like kids as they heal. Yeah. So you're with them for a very intimate moment of their life, and there's no way not to get connected.
No, not at all. No. And I also, like, I loved showing up for my team. We had amazing staff on the floor. We were a family. I mean, we were going to breakfast after third shift was over. So we really were.
And for people who don't know, what is third shift? What does that look like?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's different now. New Hope has made changes where we're doing 12-hour shifts, which is new, but has its benefits, absolutely. But when I was in the building on the floor, we were working first, second, and third shift. So third shift is just zoning, sitting, charting.
While residents are supposed to be asleep for the most part.
Yep. But I mean, we had our routine on third shift. We would zone, we could get the chores done, laundry, clean up what we needed.
I don't think people understand that
Really?
You're doing laundry and you like those.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah, like there's other stuff that's happening other than you just sitting outside of doorways.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
and getting up and zoning. And like, it sounds easy, but if you're not zoning accurately and properly, things get missed, and that's an issue. So you have to, every piece is important. And so, I mean, if laundry did not get done on third shift, that messed up the whole next day.
It didn't set them up for success. So what is zoning?
Walking around the unit, looking into the doors, putting eyes on each child. And just making sure they were sleeping, breathing, and hopefully really sleeping.
Right, right, exactly.
Making sure there's no movement under the cover. Yeah.
I know. It's like you're in their home.
Yes.
And that's like the biggest thing.
I just completely imploded this
Unprofessional
conversation. I'm trying to do my other job.
If you wanted to hang out
with
us, then you could have just said that.
I'm here. I'm working out the kinks still, the audio. Yeah.
This is a new space for us.
Brand new space.
So we are adapting.
Yes.
We're work at Wheel. That's the correct name for this
They're
place. Work at Wheel in
amazing.
Rock Hill. Yeah. New space, podcast studio.
Good plug.
Professional microphones, cameras as well. So the audio quality is going to be fantastic for this episode. Took us about an hour to set up. So hopefully next time.
User error.
We'll cut it down to 45 minutes and then gradually we'll just get better at doing this.
Yes.
But very excited for this new partnership, if you will. In this
And Bree,
space.
thank you so much for introducing this opportunity.
Of course.
Continue, please. I didn't
Again,
mean to,
the community liaison coming through.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think that thank you for explaining zoning to us because I did not know it consists of all that.
Yeah. I mean, in making notes, I mean, there would be times when we would zone and we'd be like, this looks a little fishy. And just making the communication with the staff. Because you never want to let a kid know that you're a suspect. You might be on to them.
Exactly.
So it is being intentional as staff and avoiding chaos as best as you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
what would you say the most challenging thing for you as far as being in direct care was?
For me, it was, I would say probably my empathy. I don't even know if like empathy wouldn't be a problem. It would just be, I wish I could have gone through the whole steps after they left New Hope. Like, I think that was, but that's the beauty. I think you have to, I remember when two of my favorite girls discharged and I was like, please just remember everything we've talked about. Like, I don't know what your next steps look like, but if you can remember this, like you'll get through anywhere you're about to go. Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part. And did y'all hear favorites? So that you do have favorites, but like you see when there is somebody.
They were my favorites because they were the kids I was very involved.
Yeah, they let you in.
They let me in, and I was able to. They were the two girls that I discharged, like I walked them out. And those were the only 2 I did. And that was just because we had
That's
such
so
a
special.
connection. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, like, the reality is we're not going to connect with everybody.
No.
Because when I was a resident, that was the biggest thing, because it's like you have your staff that you connect with and they connect with you back. And leaving, like discharging from the resident side, it's like everyone who I have trusted with everything, now I have to say goodbye to. Like, not see you later, but goodbye to. Like, we're not allowed to connect and communicate. And I still disagree heavily with that.
Yeah.
If I could be vocal, because like when you leave, like, one, a lot of us are returning to the place we are healing from. And then also you return to people who don't understand what you've been through. Absolutely. So the fact that you're cut off from the staff and your peers who understand you at this moment in your life of humongous growth is like,
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It is. Yeah. And like I could understand like the logistics of it, but it's like the emotional sense. It was very hard. Yeah, for sure.
This is an easy job to like bring those emotions home too. It's
I mean,
you never leave. Yeah.
I was definitely, I mean, it's just always on your mind. Things that I could, try to bring into the facility, like coloring books, or what can I do, affirmation cards, I always tried to have like a backpack full of goodies for if there was a crisis, if someone was, bored and just was looking for anything to get into. I have all these, you have something to do. Like,
exactly.
So,
the distractions and coping skills that are easy to grab, especially once they leave. So is there anything that you would want someone to know before getting into direct care? And then I want to learn more about your current role.
I love my time with direct care. I miss it in a way. I would want someone to know coming into direct care, that every day is going to look different. Truly, every day will look different. Your responsibilities will be different every day. The kids you interact with, like, it's truly not a consistent. It's structured, but it's not consistent.
Yeah, because you have ever-changing residents. The consistent part is your team for the most part.
Yes, and like the structure of the day, Monday to Friday, we know what our days are going to look like. Right. Saturdays and Sundays, we can know we want to try to have activities to keep the kids busy and stuff. But gosh, I would just want them to know how impactful they are, first, second, or third shifts. Like all those shifts, even third shift, if you feel like you interact with the kids the least, but you see them in the morning, you see them if they wake up at night. And any small interaction, truly, it may not seem impactful, but it is. Yeah. And I mean, I would have kids that I wouldn't be able to build a relationship with, but treating them with respect and still always trying to offer advice if it was needed, or being there. I mean, I had plenty of girls that didn't like me for a variety of reasons, that's fine. I'm still going to come in and do my job and care for you and make sure you're safe. And I think it's a thankless job. You don't get thanked by the residents at all, and that's just like, I think it's important to know going in that like you're not going to necessarily always feel like you're making an impact, or it was a great day today. Like, no, there will be plenty of hard days, but those hard days were I feel like sometimes the most impactful for the kids. And it's not about you, it's about the kids. So I would honestly, all that ramble to say, I would almost say just know that everything you do is impactful, and don't take anything personally from staff or kids. So if you're going in and doing your job, keeping kids safe and trying to be a resource for them, that's all you can do.
You said that perfectly, because it's so true. It's a thankless job. And also, like, residents aren't in a space where they're able to say thank you. No. And it's like you do question yourself, like, did I make an impact? Did I, and I've told this story recently, and it's to make it short and sweet, essentially a staff at New Hope shared this quote with me that I still use to this day. It's, if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, of course, I didn't say, oh my gosh, that quote changed my life, but it did. Yeah. Like, it is something that I share with everybody, because what that quote to me says, and what it said in that moment is, you have to make mistakes to grow. And I, in that moment, was feeling like, oh my gosh, like I can't grow. Like there's nothing, that I can do. I'm just making the same mistakes. And like, she kind of like stopped me in my tracks and like, no, this is what you're supposed to do because this means that growth is coming and you can get to learn. So yeah, like, and I wish I could say, thank you, you've changed my life. And I wish I could still say that, but it's like, you don't think about those in the moment and you don't realize how someone is impacting you. And the impact can be, of course, positive or negative. So it's so true. Like your words like hold weight, a lot of weight, especially during.
A lot of weight. In good, bad, the smallest. And that's, I just really think showing everyone in that building, regardless of where they are, respect. I think that is just, I want to say mandatory. Like you gotta have it.
And it's sometimes the first time that our youth are experiencing respect from adults. And you're showing them a different way that they can be treated. And I really feel like it's crucial to just be the best version of ourselves when we are with, especially at risk youth, because the risk isn't from nowhere.
No.
It's come from so many things and it's embedded in fear. So you can't be another person that someone who is already fearful fears. So thank you for being so transparent with that. Tell me how your community liaison in South Carolina is going. Like, what made you want to take that shift and do all of that? And how are you enjoying it?
Yes. I really left New Hope, and it was under previous leadership. It was before our wonderful Matt Simon came into the picture.
I love Matt.
Love Matt, absolutely. I think Matt's the only reason my position is even,
my position too. Yes, he's a creator.
He is even available because of the growth he created at New Hope and made a need for this position. So
I can't even imagine your position not existing.
Like how were we? That they didn't before.
Yeah,
but I think it just says a lot. It says a lot. So at my time at New Hope before, I just didn't see any opportunity for growth. And I was getting to that point where I was just exhausted, and I thought I did want to try something different. So I went to be a domestic violence advocate for like a year and a half, and I loved that work. It very heavy in a very different way, but it kind of validated for me that I think my part is really in working with youth, with kids, almost to like, I think my time as a domestic violence advocate, it was like, I want to try to prevent this from happening to like this younger generation. And that's it kind of what put me more on the path to start looking at more. I was like, okay, I got to get back to kids. And I just happened to be job searching, and this position for New Hope came up because I was thinking about going back. But at the time, I just didn't know if my mental could handle the full load, like a full-time job as a direct staff. So I was like, maybe part-time I can do. Sure. But then I saw this and applied, and my wonderful boss, Mike, definitely we had great conversations about kind of feeling emotionally drained, but still wanting to work in this field. Right. And he was like, this is kind of the perfect position for that. And it is. So I still get to be impactful in a different way now, and be out in the community. And my favorite thing is letting people know how great New Hope is.
I was going to say, share more about, because you're being so subtle and, but like you make an incredible impact in getting like awareness out, activating change like within the industry, especially within South Carolina. So how has that looked for you, and like what, tell me. I need you to brag on yourself.
No, not happening.
Yeah, I know.
I know that I think my time in the facility, I like solidified my heart for this. And it just makes it easy to talk about New Hope, and especially seeing the changes that Matt has implemented and the growth from me being in the building to what it is now is leaps and bounds
180.
Different. Yeah, a complete 180. And so it's easy. it's easy for me to go out and tell people about New Hope, and I think my experience inside of the building makes it easier.
I was
going to
say, how important do you feel like it is for people who do work like away from the facility to have had the boots on the ground, if you will, like on site with residents?
I think it would be so cool if everyone.
It almost should be like a part of the training process, right?
Or like an internal promotion from like direct care into that. But I think I would almost feel like it's
mandatory.
I was gonna say mandatory or necessary for sure. Just to, it's almost like how people say everyone should have a service job at some point in their life, just to know what it's like.
Because how do you know what our residents need if you have not spent time with them?
No, exactly, and how it works, and like the good that New Hope can do with kids that come to us for the help that they need. It is. And I think I've seen it. I've seen those successful discharges with the hardest girls that have come in, and it's there. And like we're there. And I know that in past years, New Hope did have a rough reputation in the community, and so that's also something I'm really passionate about, is letting people know it's not what it used to be. Yeah. But we own that. It was under different leadership. There are a lot of different things, and we're growing, we're changing, and we want to be better, and we want to help as many kids as we can.
Absolutely. So, I'm so glad that you get to be in the community and help our name be, just like really showcase like what we are doing. And not that everything was terrible before.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
Change needed to happen. So much change has needed to happen within the mental health industry, but like it comes from like being comfortable and just lack of knowing and leaning on other resources. And I feel like we're also in a space where we're collaborating more now with other people in this industry, which allows us to say, okay, this didn't work for us, but this really did. Like, try this. And it's becoming less siloed. So I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think I was going to say something about Matt Simon again. Sorry, Matt, I'm just your name a lot.
This is our COO.
I can't remember if I bring it. I think I'll bring it up.
I'll let you. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot I was here. Yeah.
He actually left and came
I know, right?
I didn't leave. Yeah. I got coffee.
So good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for the coffee, Bree. Cheers to you.
Knowledge Perk here in Rock Hill. Another plug for us. Were you going to ask something?
Yeah, no, I wanted you to, you always have great thoughts, so.
I've been taking it all in, yeah. My thoughts are kind of elsewhere today because we're in a new space, new studio.
Yes.
Yeah, just make sure everything's actually recording, that we're actually going to be able to release this at some point, and we're not just speaking to ourselves and, about whatever. Yeah. This is just for fun, pretty much. Yeah, just having a conversation. My question, I guess, would be bringing it back to the direct care things. I mean, so you mentioned Matt already, and maybe this is what you're going to bring up. I'm not sure. Matt started in direct care many years ago. Mike, you also mentioned maybe not direct care specifically, but he talks leaps and bounds about his experience with that.
He's done direct care.
The wilderness program.
Yes.
So a lot of our leadership staff started in direct care, in some capacity, some way, shape, or form. So that line of work, those positions, being able to have that experience and then transition into a leadership role or a community role where you're not, day to day working with the units, working with the kids hands-on. How vital is it to have that experience if you are to stay in the space and then take on a leadership role, to understand really what goes into it? Because they truly are the backbone of New Hope and organizations across the country similar to ours.
Especially when you're so high up and kind of removed. And if you don't have that knowledge of just what happens, it's like the super, super wealthy. You forget what it is to struggle to get grocery money for the month. Like, it's like hitting close to home.
Right.
Gas, anyone? But anyway, it's like, when you're so just kind of removed from certain processes, it's easy to not create that understanding. So I'm sorry, I think that question was for you, but I had to
I think it was.
Question was, why is direct care important for leadership to have experience in?
I think so. And even going back to thinking of all our Hope Run episodes. I mean, Miss Icy, she started in direct care.
Right.
Satina certainly Tina's done everything at New Hope.
Miss Tina was here when I was a resident. So yes.
She was at New Hope before it was even New Hope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was born.
She was born.
Yes, when it was a hospital.
Miss Kim, I can't even think. Miss Lorraine, I'm pretty sure everyone had that type of experience. So yeah,
absolutely.
That's essentially the basis of the question.
I think that almost, I knew that a lot of us did have direct care, but like hearing all those names, like maybe that's why. Like I love like my little like Matt's is Boom or whatever. He has a couple, but I love saying like we're growing something special at New Hope because I really feel like we have such long tenured staff and we have such amazing staff that really do care on the floor and in leadership. And I'm just so excited to see what we do in the next couple of years. But I mean, I think maybe that's why New Hope is so special because all of our leadership or a lot of our leadership has that kind of experience. And I think any change in an organization like New Hope, or, I mean, any organization in general, I think change always happens in leadership and it trickles down. And again, I'll give Matt his flowers, but we should have kept a tally with how many times.
Right.
But like, I think that speaks volumes to Matt having direct care and working in many different mental health realms of what he was able to bring to New Hope. And I think that says so much that Miss Lorraine and Miss of course we all worked at direct care. That makes so much sense. And I just, it almost goes back to the mandatory necessary. It is so, I just think it's so important to know the kind of clientele you're working with and for. And I guess I feel like my heart feels like I want to change how people think of New Hope. I want to put New Hope in a better light because I know how great it is and it can be. And it's just like spread the joy. I just want to tell everyone.
Well, I know. And like, I think, and I love that same, like, because it's really going back to what you were saying about it just being mandatory for leadership and just anyone who is going to be a little bit removed from being on site and on the floors. Like, it's really hard to create change when you don't see where change is necessary and needed. So it's like, if you've never done this part of the job, but you're hired for leadership, it's like, of course you think everything's going fine because, our team is great, but it doesn't mean that change isn't necessary. Like, even like the change that we just implemented, of course, you mentioned the 12 hours, rotating shifts, which will allow more flexibility and time off to recoup and recover, but also like just being able to have like those growth opportunities, and be able to share, okay, this is what I want for my career development. I love all the changes. And I was going to say something else as well. Of course, I'm going to forget it. But it'll maybe come back to me.
It'll come to you at some point. During this episode or future episode, it'll come to you like, oh my God.
I'll drop it in the comments of this episode. This is what I was thinking.
Be the first to comment on it. Bree, you can answer this in the comments section.
Yes.
Follow up question.
For the answer here.
Exactly. I don't know if you had this written down, but
I just wanted
anyway.
to add on to this
Please,
really
yeah.
quick. Sorry,
Go
because I was just thinking of like the experience. I don't know. I feel like I have been. I feel like I've at least met the expectations that we had. Like, we kind of went into this not knowing what this position, like we would like you to do this. And, I think it's grown and
you've created it to be what it's needed to be.
I think a little bit more than what we initially thought, and I love that. But I do think my time in the facility is, I'm curious. I wish in another world I could know what this would feel like as a community liaison with never stepping foot in the facility. I don't feel like I would have been near as successful as I've been this year. Yeah. And I just don't think I would have had as much heart for it.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have
Your
known
why
what
would have been different.
That's my,
because this is not an easy paycheck. Like, this is an earned paycheck.
But how can I go out in the community and talk about something if I don't really know what it is?
And that is what I mean when I say, like, because I got to spend some time with some of our residents today, and they asked me, why are you back here? Like, they discharged you. You don't have to come back here. And I'm just like, I want to be who I needed. And like, I think that there's such I'm gonna lose my train of thought because that's what I do. That's like a part of my job description.
They needed you. You needed to be. You're being who you needed. With the girls today.
With the girls. Daggone.
And you wouldn't have been able to be who you are without that experience. That's what you're gonna say.
Oh, sure. Dang, it was
You
so
wouldn't have been able to be an
good.
ambassador without being a resident.
Oh, that's catchy.
Wow.
No. Oh,
Put that in a business card.
I know. Oh, I hate when that happens.
You're talking about the
Okay.
girls today.
Yeah, like, they were asking me like, why do you come back? Still know nothing. Gonna say. Oh no, I was gonna say that's why I think, like, I was telling them, I was like, nobody had lived experience, or people did, because obviously a lot of us who are in the mental health industry, we have lived experience, or we have people in our lives close to us who have struggled. And I'm like, no one was able to be transparent about that, just because it's not safe for staff to, show these types of vulnerabilities in this setting. So I'm like, I want to be able to show these vulnerabilities, show you the other side of things. And when I was here, not New Hope, because my therapist, oh my gosh, y'all know I talk about her all the time. But in other places, I knew that my therapist, my psychiatrist, they had the book smarts. They graduated, they had but they did not have the lived experience. So it's just like how people say, you can't help an alcoholic learn how not to drink if you've never been an alcoholic yourself. That's how I felt. Like, you can't tell me how to love myself if you've never not loved yourself. Yeah. And I am saying that because, like, exactly what you're saying, like, you would not be able to respond the way you do if you didn't, like, have these moments with our residents. Like, because when people do come and they are just hired to do the job and be the face and, share all the things that we're doing, it's so robotic. Like, you don't know, you can't share the whole scope because you're not a part of it. Yeah. So I just love that you were the person, especially because I didn't realize that you weren't working at New Hope when you applied. So the fact that you saw this, which means it was posted, anyone could have applied.
It was.
So the fact that you did, I'm just so...
It truly felt... I always tell Mike feel so blessed and honored to be a part of this team, but, like, this job really feels like it was meant for me at where I was in my life, and now that I have it, and, like, the growth that we're doing with New Hope, I'm just so excited to be a part of it. And I can't wait. I'm excited to see New Hope grow, and I'm happy, excited, honored, thankful to be part of the growth.
I'm so thankful that you are in this position. Like, I feel so safe with you. No, honestly, like, I feel so safe with you, like, having New Hope in, like, because you understand. Yeah. Like, it's not going to be corporate. It's going to be, like, it's personal. Yeah. So I just love that. Thank you. And you're doing just amazing work. Like, whenever I'm like, oh my gosh, look what she's doing. Or I didn't know that. And, like, it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So no, thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got nothing.
I can't finish a train of thought. So
that lunch got us. We're going to do lunch after.
Yeah.
The next time we'll do
after. We'll do morning. I'm best in the morning.
Right.
Mornings would be ideal. Yeah. And then reward ourselves for a hard recorded episode.
Or we can, I got some people.
They're waiting for us. Yeah. We're going to wrap up. I had a couple more things before we wanted, but I don't want to hold people up if they're waiting for this room.
They could be just doing a tour too.
Oh, I think it's a tour. Yeah. Which is actually great for a tour. It's actually in use. People,
they both
it works. Okay. Exactly. What was I going to say? I'm losing my train of thought too. Yeah. It's contagious, apparently.
I'm so good at that.
Welcome.
You.
No, I didn't even have a question. It was more so just going to be a observation, a comment. I think just hearing the two of you speak, this episode as a whole, I think really embodies this podcast, this show, Hope Grown. When you think about it, and like everyone we've had on certainly does that, but certainly like, your experience in direct care and the growth that you endured while you were first here, and then, applying that experience, that knowledge to what you're doing now, similar to you being a resident and applying that growth over time, that knowledge to what you're doing now, I think really embodies what the premise of this episode is, and even New Hope as a whole.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I absolutely agree. And I mean, I know that you were coming from a different industry. So that's why, during our podcast, I was asking, like, how was this? Because, but you get to have all the background details. So it's so cool. And I mean, with being like the mental health ambassador, like, I would not have anyone who's not an alum of they don't have to be New Hope, but like, you just, to understand, like, you just have to have like some type of lived experience, whether it's personal or, someone close externally, like, you have to have that again, that empathy button needs to be pushed, because without that, you're not going to gauge and understand how to love on people at their worst. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think you made a good point earlier about maybe this could go back to the direct care. What I think direct care, or what I would want someone going into direct care to know is being who you needed at that age and really putting yourself. I had my own experience growing up, and was I necessarily ever in any of these girls' exact shoes? No, but being who I thought a 13-year-old girl in a facility would need to be in that moment. Not her best friend, but like almost big sister. Like, let me give you some help and some tough love. And that's really like, and I remember saying that to some of the girls, like, it sounds rough, and I might be coming off a little harsh, but I promise I'm saying it with all the love in the world, because we just want the best for you. And you just have to have the compassion for them. I know that, like, as adults, it's so hard to not get upset when you're getting called names, or, I mean, things escalate so fast, but just having that.
You have to stay grounded.
You so
have to
hard,
be the adult.
but that's, I think, why we're putting so much into, like, these trainings and resources for staff, and like EAP and things like that. Like,
what is
so
EAP?
important to utilize.
Just a breakdown.
Employee assistance program.
Nice.
Is that, I could be incorrect.
It sounds
great
right.
to me.
I know it's employee assistance, but
Yeah.
I mean, utilizing I'm not sure what all our EAP entails, but I mean, when I worked as a domestic violence advocate, we had EAP, and I utilized that therapy.
I love that.
For sure. And I was thankful, and
It's so important.
so important. And
You got to take care of your mental health in this.
absolutely.
Like, specific everywhere, anywhere, but specifically when you are just being challenged every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would also, now I keep thinking of things now that we're talking, but like, yes, we're going in there to change and help these kids, but like, I promise you will get so much fulfillment, and you'll learn so much about yourself without even trying. I feel like New Hope only made my like therapeutic mind so much more powerful, and I feel like I only got better from working at New Hope. I learned so much about myself through helping the girls, and like having staff. I mean, we were a little family, so it was just
It's like rapid growth.
It's
like, oh, I didn't even,
yeah.
And I think like the biggest misconception with like residential treatment facilities, well, one of the biggest is like, we only have bad kids and, all of these things. And we don't have any bad kids. We have kids who have made like bad choices, kids who are healing and going through trauma. And I think that, it's just like, you got to remember, like, New Hope is a home for youth as they heal. So just like youth run away from their houses, they are going to try to AWOL. We're going to experience like the police getting called and all these things that would happen if they were home or at New Hope. So it's just like, I think if people shift their mindset, like this would be happening here or at home, but here they are in a controlled environment, 24-hour direct care. So everything still has to happen. Like, all of these things still have to happen for this person to grow, but we are protecting and, keeping everyone from getting hurt as much as we can. So I guess the last thing I wanted to ask is, well, there were two things, but you kind of answered how you've applied this in your personal life, just working in direct care and then in the community. But if you want to add to that, and then my last one was, what current projects are you working on or excited about? With the community.
Okay. In my personal life, I feel like I've definitely like that therapeutic lens is just kind of there constantly now. I don't feel like that ever really goes away.
Yeah.
And I like that. But I also kind of feel like I was always that way before New Hope.
You're a great judge of character too. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, like the kids asking me if I was a therapist. I was like, thank you, but no.
Yes.
But no, I'm not.
Well, you don't have the
title.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
So I mean, and just I think maybe what I could say that New Hope, like the before and after, what New Hope really did for me was almost kind of like how you said, like when I got the job and was telling people about, I'm going to work at New Hope, they're like, oh boy, you don't know what I mean, kind of like, and I had not heard these things. So I was like, oh crap, what have I done?
Yeah.
I'm still going to go to orientation and see. And, and you're exactly right. We don't have bad kids. We have kids that were given cards that they did not have control over in their life, and they are just in need of more love and support.
And like tools in their toolbox, because it's like, when something bad happens to us, if we don't have support as adults,
exactly,
then we're going to spiral. So just imagine just being new to life. These kids are 12, 13, 14, like young, new. And if no one has given them tools to heal, how do you expect for people to heal?
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, exactly, though. And that's, I mean, I feel like I don't feel like I wouldn't say I like judged New Hope, but I definitely was like, oh crap, what have I done? And I really think for me it was, and especially being in the mental health world now, is like not listening to what people say and truly making your own assumptions. And I know people might feel differently when I say I love New Hope, but I really do mean that I love New Hope, and I love the mission, the work, the people in the building. I love where we're headed. So I'm glad I didn't listen to those people. I'm glad I didn't get scared away from New Hope, because I can't imagine doing anything else. So like,
Bree is never scared. You're like, I'm gonna do it.
And then current projects,
Today.
Oh.
Today was big.
Okay, having my first networking, I was proud of that, but I almost had something else I was just gonna say that, and it's not even like an actual project, but it's something I feel like I'm working on. It's just, aside from spreading the word about New Hope, and it's crazy that there are people in South Carolina that still don't know us. Like,
wow.
I've never heard of New Hope. I'm like, oh my gosh, like,
wow.
We still have corners to reach. Yeah. And so, I mean, that's truly I'm always surprised. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't heard of us.
You don't know us, we're famous.
Right. I'm like, how have you not? So I love giving New Hope exposure and changing perspectives. But I am really excited about the growth that I'm excited about how New Hope will have played a part in the growth of the mental health world in South Carolina. Yeah. And who knows what that will look like, but that's something I know that New Hope, that we are a part of and we're working on. And so we don't have something necessarily concrete yet.
Yeah.
But I am most excited about that. So if we could help more people, help the system we're in this industry, that's it for me. That's why I'm so excited to be a part of that.
I love that. Yeah, because unfortunately, like, South Carolina, just sometimes it feels like it's left behind. So
they are.
Yeah.
South Carolina is number 6 in the nation for the highest homicides of women from their husbands in domestic violence. It is lack in resources. The list goes on. So, and
it's a snowball effect. When you lack resources, then the same thing is going to continue happening. So I'm really glad that you're hitting those corners and sharing about New Hope, and also connecting with other people who have other resources that we can continue to support. Because, I mean, youth who are struggling come from families who are struggling often, or parents or guardians. And so it's a cycle that will continue until we resolve the root.
Yeah. So maybe I can wrap it up and say that I'm most excited about what New Hope how we will collaborate and better
collaboration.
I'm very proud of our collaborations. Absolutely.
Incredible. How are we doing without a you? Like, I'm really not just saying that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, because we just need to have our hands in, like, just others who are going to support us, and people who we can support, so we can just collaborate and grow.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm the most, like, proud and excited about. Proud of what we've already accomplished in this past year and a half, but I'm just so excited. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I don't have anything else to say, because like, you literally hit the nail on the head for like what we're wanting to achieve, like, in these hope growing conversations. Oh, you grew my hope. Anything
this
you
was
want?
so fun
Perfection.
to talk to you guys.
It is fun, yeah.
Like, yeah, so thank you all for watching another episode of Hopegrown. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Bree. We will have you on again. And
Best host.
yeah, thank you. Until the next one, we'll see y'all soon. Thank you.
Bye.